Hi everyone, this is Plant Things with Michelle and I'm Michelle. Today I'm going to show you how to start seeds indoors for your vegetable garden. So I'm going to be using these Jiffy greenhouses. I just find that I've had really good success with them. Last year was my first year doing this and it turned out really good. So I have bought a lot more seeds this year and we're just going to get to planting. So because of where I live, the frost date is still quite a ways away, so I used a chart just based on my area for central Ontario. And then right now, the only thing that I can really plant is onion. If I had green pepper, I could plant that as well. But then at the end of the month, I can plant tomato seeds as well. So we're gonna start off with some onion, but really I do the same thing for every single crop. It doesn't matter what it is, so I will show you what I do. And these are I think they're peat pellets, but you can also just buy the refills for these, so you don't have to keep buying the new containers, the new greenhouse containers. So I'm just going to adjust you to look at what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm just gonna take some room temperature filtered water just from my Brita and decide how many onions I want. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping this doesn't, hoping this doesn't soak them all. Like, I just want specific ones. I'm sure it'll be okay if the other ones get a little wet as well. Because they will. So you just want to put the water on them. They'll slowly absorb. We'll have to put more water than that, I found last year anyways, but they will slowly absorb. And then we'll come back when they have absorbed and we'll start planting our onion seeds. These are just really cheap onion seeds, 99 cents from Home Gardener. The crops, I have not tried onion before, so I like to get the really cheap seeds for a crop that I've never tried before. But for the crops that I know will do well, I got the more expensive Mackenzie seeds. I don't know if there's even a difference. Last year I did really well with, let me find the cucumber. The cucumber went crazy last year. Yeah, so last year, this cucumber from OSC went absolutely crazy. You could find this at Home Hardware, probably at a bunch more places, but I got mine at Home Hardware. And it like took over last year. It was really good. So I'll be using those cucumber seeds as well as some other ones. You can see these are starting to absorb the water now. This one might absorb some water, but last year when I watered them, they just plumped right back up because you do have to keep them moist for the most part. Just gonna add a little bit more water to some of them. Gonna tilt it and keep the water to the one side. Prop it up like that. There we go. So this is really cheap to start vegetables. It's really cheap to have a vegetable garden. actually. These were $7 each, $6.99. And then the seeds, you can see $1, well, $2, but they last a long time. The cucumber seeds, I started a whole tray of cucumber last year and I still have seeds from last year's pack, so really worth it, honestly. And then the grow lights that I have are LEDs, so they don't take up much hydro, which is awesome. As you see, it's all soaked up and they're still not a full size. It's easier if you're doing a full tray because then you can just soak the full tray. But I don't want a full tray of onions. But yeah, it was really simple. I have to keep more on top of weeding this year. I really let that get away from me. But I just like was working crazy hours. But yeah, so the only thing you have to worry about paying for is these supplies, and then your hydro might go up a little bit, just because you are running a bulb. I was running 2 bulbs, that's it, for a bunch of plants, and the change in hydro was negligible. Wasn't noticeable at all. Okay, so I just want this side to get just a little bigger. But they're pretty much just like where they need to be. But yeah, it'd be much easier if you're just doing the full tray for a crop. Okay, so now that we've got those expanded, we are going to take, oh, I put away the onion seeds. Why did I do that? Okay, anyway, yeah. So we're going to take our onion seeds, the 99-cent onion seeds, and honestly, follow directions on the back. So it says like where and whatever to plant. Mine get full sun, my vegetable garden. So no matter what plant it is, it gets full sun. And it stays fairly moist. Like, I don't water my vegetable garden because where I live, the soil is very moist, and my vegetable garden is an acre away from my house, so I don't have a hose for that. Okay. So it tells you also how far apart to plant them. I don't follow that either, to be honest. It does tell you how to harvest them, and I have never done onions, so I will have to follow that direction. So it doesn't tell me how many seeds to put per little pod, but the rule of thumb is generally 2 to 3 seeds of anything per pod. So I'm just going to follow that. Oh wow, okay. Anyway, you can't see them, but the seeds are really like tiny and very different than what I expected. So what I do, I just poke my finger in there, kind of open it up a little bit, poke my finger in, toss a couple in there, and then just lightly cover them up with the surrounding soil. So just open the netting, poke a little hole, grab a couple seeds. It's kind of hard to see them because the seeds are dark. And just do a nice light little covering, and honestly, that's pretty much what I do with all my seeds. So I don't know if you can see in there, but I used like barely any of the seeds. So I really think it is worthwhile to grow your own vegetables. It does take a little bit of time and effort. Not this part really. This obviously, as you saw, was really quick. But the weeding of the garden and the planting of these, and then occasionally watering them. Like if you have a hose that reaches, that's perfect. That's no big deal for watering them. But if I do have to water them, like if we have a week without rain, then it's a lot of walking back and forth for an acre. Just found another seed. Okay, so yeah, this we will put under a grow light. I kind of want them to be a little bit more damp. We'll leave it for now. We'll see how it goes. I do like to mist them as well, so just misting them every few days with water, making sure that these pellets stay pretty moist. You can just even tell by the color, and then just watering as needed. So I'm gonna go put these under the grow light, and then I will show you what that looks like. So I know it's not the most beautiful seed starting place, but it's just like in a furnace room that has some natural light right behind it and beside it. And then, yeah, we just have it sitting here. This is the lamp. So I got this outer portion on Amazon. I got 2 of those. And then the light itself was from Canadian Tire. I don't know if you can see it. It's just like a Noma plant grow light. I think it was like $3. And it's just worked really well for me. Please ignore the writing on there. This shelf was here when we bought the house about a year ago, and I've just used it as like a propagation and plant station, as you can see. So yeah, I'll keep the light on them for 14 hours a day, and they will start growing. So I will give you updates on the onions progress, and then as well we will continue with the other vegetables. Thank you for watching. If you liked that video, don't forget to like and subscribe. As well, comment on how your veggie seeds are starting, how everything's going, and I will be following up a lot with the vegetable journey, because I have tons of seeds to plant and grow into beautiful vegetables, and as well getting the garden ready for the vegetables. Thank you so much for watching.